Welcome back to another episode of the fifth set. Today we're going to go straight into this episode, just giving you guys a full match of mine, UTR 6-7 level, with a little bit of analysis and commentary. And we started off pretty good with a big serve. Now, by the way, before I go more into this match, if you just want to see more match play like this, please let me know in the comments, because I've always just shied away from match content because I always figured, what's the point? I'm not a pro. But if it's of interest and you guys want to see the journey, then I'm happy to post. So do let me know in the comments if that's the case and give me a like and subscribe. All right. So in this first game, I got 4 free points on my serve. So I was serving pretty well. I was feeling pretty good about myself on serve. But I think the issues will kind of come in the rallies, as you'll see the lack of consistency when you actually play under match pressure. I hit and train with people who sometimes are UTR 9, 10, but in a match, that's what I'll do, right? You get a bit tight, you don't have the experience, you're not the best player in the world, and things can break down. So my goal in this match was just find a way to win. Don't worry about what you look like, just try and win, even if it's ugly. So you're going to see a lot of those chip returns because I just want to play. I just want to make my opponent play, not play for the camera, not play with nerves. And that was my goal here. So I'll leave you here with a couple of points, and then I will bring some of my thoughts into it as we go along.
Oh, come on. Come on.
So far in this match, you can tell I'm chipping a fair bit, mainly focusing on my forehand because I can pull this out every now and again. Like, my forehand will always be my main weapon, especially my inside out, as you just saw there. And that's usually how I play. I try to serve as well as I can. Obviously, I have a good serve. And I focus on getting on my forehand, waiting for a chance and going for it.
I barely touched that.
It works, but the downside is that it's a little one-dimensional. So against other players my level, having a disproportionately good forehand like this really helps. But you go up as level or someone who's more savvy with how they target your weakness, you come up short pretty quick, right? And my slice is decent, but I don't always get it deep. And depending who I'm playing against, I can get punished. That's really my takeaway, and probably the takeaway that most of us UTR 6-7 players have, to be honest. Now, focusing on my serve did pay off. Got a lot of free points and an ace there. It comes at a cost, right? I'm really going for my serve, which I think is the right thing to do as I try and become a better match player. But of course, that consistency isn't always there. So I will also hit a fair few doubles. Overall, I've always felt in a match, I'm better off going big on my serve. I've always felt I'm more likely to win more free points or plus ones than I am to double fault. So as I try to improve and move up my UTR rating or just focus on match play, I do largely think going for my serve and not holding back is the right play. But let me know what you guys think based on what you see in this match, but of course based on your personal experience. Same with the forehand there, right? I think I messed up that one, but I've won already a few points by going for my forehand. Oh, that's terrible. That's another double. In fact, I'm pretty sure I doubled twice here. Yeah, so, I mean, I did. I won my first service game super easy, and then obviously got broken by going big on the serve. So kind of 50-50 so far, but I think you'll see overall it was the right decision to go for the serve and forehands, and everything else, do what you can. Like chip returns there if I have to. A lot of ugly chipping and slicing here. Get the chance, put it away. One-dimensional, yes. Was it working today? Yes. So do I want to continue doing it? Yeah. I feel like that's the right thing to do. If you know you're winning points in a certain way, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, at least not during the duration of the actual match itself. This point here is a good example of me wanting to hit a proper backhand, but hesitating and lifting. And that's what always kills me on the backhand. When I do decide to go for it, I hesitate or I'm in my head about it. And you just can't afford that split second. Like, you've got to commit. Even on the forehand. Like, the reason that forehand works, I knew where I wanted to go and I went for it. On the backhand, there's always that hesitation that creeps in, which is why sometimes in training, my backhand's fine. So I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. It's training, no nerves, and I don't hesitate. And knowing what you need to fix, but still not being able to quite get it right in these matches, I guess that's what tennis is about. Here I get some backhands in. They're still pretty tentative, let's be honest. They're not great, but they're better than only slicing. But don't get me started on my overheads and just what happens to my brain when I have time on an overhead. That's a whole nother thing we need to unpack on a different video maybe. But you'll probably see me miss a couple more of those across this match. My lobs are good though. I have good touch with lobs and with drop shots, and I got to leverage that a couple times in this match. And also just a quick score check. And I'm up 4-1. I'm feeling good. Nick is a great player. He's beaten me before. He's kind of been consistent enough in the past to really frustrate me. I think in this match in general, he was a little bit more error prone. And so far the scoreline is probably a little harsh on him. We've had some close games, but he has made my life a little easy, or easier than he usually does. The first time I played him, he just returned everything. Just consistent. Didn't go for silly shots and beat me. I remember the first time I played him, I was super frustrated. So I do have that in the back of my mind to be patient and then go for the right shot when I have the chance. But this time it wasn't it. I messed up that forehand. I should not have followed it in to the net, but we live and learn. This is proving to be a pretty long game. We ended up having a lot of deuce battles in this match on Nick's serve in particular. I don't think he has the biggest serve to stress me out with, so I'm able to chip them back and get into the point. This was a good point. Like, it was a good rally. He gets very unlucky with the net cord. And that's also why maybe the scoreline's a bit misleading. It's not a comfortable 4-1. I mean, a lot of deuces, things that could have gone the other way. And a few errors from Nick at the net. I do think he probably would look back on this match and think those are not mistakes I usually make, but they all kind of compounded a little bit in a few of these games, which made them longer and gave me a look, right? That's all you want on someone else's serve. You just want a look. And if they hit a good serve, great. If they play a great point, great. But I don't think Nick won a ton of free points on his serve, unless I did something really silly with the return, which I do at times, and you'll see. But I was able to just chip them back. The reason you'll see me chip my returns a lot is because I'm not a great returner. But with that being said, on this surface, slicing and chipping works. It's wet. It's Ireland. It's like turf. And if you have a good slice serve or good slice and chip, or really flat shots that stay low, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to deal with. And you guys might look at this and think it's ugly tennis, and I know it is. It's not high level by any means, but it works. And those of you who are in Dublin, Ireland will know that on this court, if you can hit slice serves out wide, if you can slice and be annoying, if you can hit super flat, it will skid off that ground. And that's kind of the experience of playing in Ireland, and kind of suits some element of my game. However, on other courts, you don't want to be chipping and slicing as much, of course. It's a shame I missed that backhand, because it's always nice to win a point when you hit a tweener. Although in that moment, I didn't miss the backhand because I was hesitant. It was just a good deep shot by him, and I was hitting an open stance backhand on the stretch and didn't quite time it. But I think, are we on set point? Yep, so got another free point. Did manage to take this first set 6-1. Now we're going to change courts and actually ended up finishing this match at a slightly separate time. So you're going to see the transition now before we start the second set. So let's get into it. Let's get right into the second set. Started relatively well. It was a good opening game by me, I think. But let's have a look here. I feel like I play a decent point here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I just saw the opportunity to go into the net with an easy finish. I actually think I framed that volley, embarrassingly enough. But I've got a bit of a look here. But play a poor slice, and in this case, Nick, yeah, great forehand, just puts it away, whips it out. He usually does a bit more of that. He does punish me more than you saw in the first set. He did let me off the hook quite a bit by not finishing points at the net or with the forehands on the approach as well as he usually does. So I guess that's just match play and tightness, nerves, whatever it might be. So this is turning out to be a relatively long rally on the break. I'm just chipping back, not pretty, but it worked. The rally was pretty good. A couple of good backhands, forehands, and again, I just kept trying to chip and lob away so I could just draw the error, and it did work. In this second set, I didn't get as many free points on serve. I think I still served okay. I definitely hit more doubles in the second set, but I was going for a little less power as I was a bit fatigued in the second set. And I was also going for a little bit more of a slice into the body, as you see there. But when the ball comes back that high and I have no pace, it's actually really awkward. And I kind of wasted a couple of really good body serves that way, where Nick would just get a racket on it. It would loop up super high. Couldn't time it, couldn't generate my pace. So either I'd reset the rally, essentially, and my serve advantage was negated, or I would hit a silly shot and go for too much. So something else I need to work on, to the growing list of things I need to work on. Another typical long UTR 6-7 rally here. Draw out the error. I think I did really well to play that lob that really forced him back. Maybe should have been a bit more aggressive here and there, but again, I just want to try and get done whatever I need to get done to get the win, because usually I play for the camera, make silly shots, don't play the right balls, and then end up losing. So tennis, at the end of the day, you got to find a way just to win the points, win the games. It's another decent rally here, but lifted myself on that backhand. Should have hit through it, but moved back and lifted up, and a couple bad shots in a row here, giving myself a little bit of a harder time. Managed to win that and get some more break points. I did feel I wasn't too worried when Nick was at the net, because for the most part, I feel like I won a lot of the points when he did come to the net. Just whether I deserved those points, maybe not, but I wasn't too stressed when I played a ball short because he wasn't punishing me enough, and I was getting away with a lot, to be honest, as you can see a couple times. My turn to go into the net here. Not a good volley on that reach. Kind of just fake him out with the backhand. The first volley was not great. He should have probably made me pay for that a bit more. Slightly better first serve there.
Oh my god. Is it 40-30?
Another decent pop on the body serve there. So I am 4-love up here. Still don't think I served as well as the first set, but enough free points were coming my way that I could be relatively confident I could hold and then could focus on the break. Poor miss here on the forehand, but I think the right choice to go for that forehand. I just was leaning back. So as long as I still go for the forehands when I have the chances, I think it's the right play. It's 30-15 here, so I have another look at really putting this match to bed, but that's a horrendous decision. Should not have sliced that one, should have played the forehand. And so 30-all here, Nick trying to get on the board. Not the most convincing footwork for me. Not the most convincing backhand from me. Play a good backhand lob here though. And he does miss the overhead, so another break point. We'll see what I can do. Good deep chip. And I don't know why I did that. That was just the wrong decision. Brain stopped working. One more break point opportunity. Great forehand. And yeah, I guess that's why we're UTR 6 or UTR 7. I do well to get a racket on that, to be fair. But Nick's on the board. So 4-1 here. And I was telling myself, no problem. Just hold. Finally a decent backhand. See, when I don't hesitate and go for it, it's actually a decent backhand that went super deep, loopy with the top spin. But then mistimed that forehand. I remember that shot. I wanted to go inside out, decided to go inside in last minute. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter on your shots in tennis. If you hesitate and you change your mind last second, you will usually pay the price. And Nick has a bit of a look here. Oh my god, I forgot about that shot. That caught me off guard. Yeah, that was horrendous. So Nick can break back. Don't know how I missed that forehand. I think the court did get wetter in the second set with a little bit of the rain. Good backhand there. Again, if I don't hesitate, I can pull some good backhands, but miss the slice approach, which usually on these courts, with my experience, I actually pick up these slice approaches really well to dink them back deep. Just didn't do a good job on that one. Nick plays a good drop shot there to construct that point. So he's kind of fighting back here in the second set. So let's see how I do for the next couple games. Nick is being very generous here because he's giving me a couple of errors when he has game points, which he probably needs more than me right now. But I'm just being a bit of a pusher, I guess, to admit it. And I'm drawing out the errors, so it's working, but he's being kind of charitable.
What am I doing? I had that. What the heck is that?
Another long, tight game, but another break point. Chip it back deep, skids up, get him off guard, and I get that break back. So now it's 5-2. Just trying to make sure I serve this out. Another good body serve, good pop on it. Not a terrible forehand, played it deep. Probably the right choice to play a rally shot there. I mistimed that. A bit lazy, a bit tired. I really want to put this game to bed, to be honest with you. But another double, not great. Doubling a lot in the second set. Oh, lazy backhand. So painful to watch yourself play sometimes. You're gonna see everything you're doing wrong, to be honest with you, that you're not in training. So training clips are always way more fun to watch because you're going for it. You hit your best winners, you get your crazy gets. And in the matches, obviously the level drops a fair bit. Another good body serve. Again, it came back really deep, so I'm kind of just playing some moon balls here. Good slice relatively deep. Try and put a little more pressure with the forehand. It's not a good backhand. Should have hit a proper backhand there. Oh, I did well to get that back. And that's just silly. Messed that one up. Could have probably played an open stance backhand, but tried to dink it again and did really bad. So he's going to break back here again, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I thought I hit an ace. Called it out. I thought I had kind of built myself out of one of these break points, but it was long. Apparently, I do trust Nick. He's an honest dude. So time to get the second in. And nope, rushed it. Didn't think about it. Had the first serve still on my mind and double faulted. So he got to break back. It's 5-3 now. Kind of making a meal of this set, not serving it out. I was 4-love up. Was I? I was 4-love up, right? Yeah, I think I was. But, okay, let's try and put this to bed now. Very lucky he missed that. Force him to play another shot, but he keeps his composure, so fair play. He faked me out there. Thought I did well to really lob that super high and push him back, but good overhead. Didn't expect it. Not fast, but just faked me out, to be honest with you. You're going to see a lot of chipping and slicing in this final game because I'm really just trying to put the game to bed and not like go for the spectacular. And I did get him there. That was intentional. It was ugly. I know it wasn't good looking tennis, but that was intentional. I meant to chip behind him again, and it did work. So it's 30-15. Lucky backhand. And he misses it. So I've got 2 match points here to put this game to bed. What will I do? Chip it back deep again. Slice it deep again. This is last ditch tennis at the end of a match at this level. And go for the forehand and miss. Again, I don't regret that. I think that was the right choice, right? Chip, chip, chip. He came in and I had a good look. Inside out forehand. That's the shot I want any day of the week if something's on the line. That is a terrible return though. That was horrendous. But it's deuce. Gave up my 2 match point chances. I was a little stressed here thinking, please don't make me serve it out. Please don't make me serve it out. And you're going to see some tense tennis here at the end where we're both being very hesitant. Everything's going out the window. And I slipped twice there, and he gets the easy volley to put away. So we've just traded errors last couple points. So not great. And let's add one more to the list. I'm just trying to chip these back. I should probably go for full forehands, to be honest with you, but just chipping them back like so, because they skid up. And there it did skid up and made it really awkward to cramp his backhand. So you're just going to see me constantly chip it back. Went for that backhand, play the lob again, not a good one. And he goes behind me on the volley. My reaction says it all. Too passive, too scared to play. The life of a UTR 6 recreational player. Fear dictating the strategy. It's deuce again. This is a long game. This is why the scoreline is a bit misleading. I'm sorry for the background noise while I'm doing this voiceover. Someone's like playing fireworks or something in the background here in my apartment or just outside. But another match point. Can I put this one to bed? Moonball. Anything and everything. Deep slice. Ugh, this is painful to watch. Another deep slice. Come in now, finally on the chance. Get a volley. And I play a semi-decent volley there, actually. It was intentional. I knew what I wanted to do. 6-1, 6-3, not pretty. But I just wanted to show you guys the reality of UTR 6-7 match play in full. I think this match captures so well that you can be really good and then play like this in a match. So let's go for a quick debrief.
What did you make of our 2 sets? Like, what do you think you did well? Me, what we did poorly? Might speak up a bit.
You served very well in the first set anyway.
Yeah. Today, not as much.
Not as much. You gave me a few double faults today.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it got a bit ugly, like I was just chipping it back.
Both of us. The last 2 games was ugly.
Yeah, it was.
But you know what? Today, I went for less power and I went for a lot of sliced body serves. But you kept fucking like blocking it back like to the moon, and then I didn't know what to do with those. Like, there's no pace, and like either you have to be amazing to smack those, or like you just gotta play it safe, you know. And I was going for some of those, and like you were just getting your racket on some of those awkward ones and making me play.
Yeah, it's funny because I got experience from the first set, so I was just like, I just need to get a racket in front of this. The second one.
Good stuff though. What was that? 6-1, 6-4?
Yeah.
It was. To be fair, I think it was closer than the scoreline gave you credit for both times, maybe.
Yeah, especially the first 2 games today. There was every game was due pretty much.
Yeah. Fair.
You won. That's what matters.
Well, if you've watched this entire video, thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for putting up with the ugly tennis, but necessary tennis to show, I guess, the reality of what it's like playing for fun. UTR 6-7 competitive matches recreationally. But if you have any advice for me, let me know in the comments. I'm all ears. And I will have more episodes, more match play, whatever you guys want to see. So just let me know. I'll see you guys very soon.